Welcome everyone to another one of my Great Bear Island Region Guide series videos. Today we're going to be going over Timberwolf Mountain, the wildlife, the locations, the goods and bads, the usual stuff. So let's get started. All right, welcome in everyone. Today we're starting actually with a view of Pleasant Valley. It's a beautiful day out. You can see the bunker there and the little broken house and this rope climb. If you watched my Pleasant Valley video, you would know what I'm talking about. But if you find this, this is how you get to Timberwolf Mountain. So we're going to start walking towards it now, and we'll enter the region proper, and we'll talk about it as we go. You kind of walk through this little, valley thing, and then you'll approach the entrance. Usually it's just past this fallen trees, usually when it happens. Right around here. There we go. Alright, welcome everyone to Timberwolf Mountain. So here we'll go over some of the, common places and some of the wildlife here. This region has the summit, Timberwolf Mountain Summit, where you make it up there. And I have a video showing you how to get there. If you look back in my catalog, you should see it. I might even place a link to it in my description. But if you go up there, you make sure you bring a hacksaw, and you can open up the containers up there, and you can get some loot. I'm not going to be going up there in this video. I will show you, the general direction, and I'll show you the summit from one of the POIs that we're going to go to. There's only one cabin in this region, and it's common. You probably run into it. And actually, if you're new to this region, and you first enter, and if you're looking for a shelter, if you follow me right now, we're going to show you the quickest and easiest way to get to the shelter from this exit, this entrance right here. It's just pretty much a straight shot all the way there. Try not to take any big turns. You could take little curves, but don't take any big turns. Try to keep this landing gear on your left-hand side. We're actually going to sprint a little bit, so it's a little bit quicker to get there. Now, when you come into this region, it's very possible you might find a wolf in this general area, somewhere around here. There's some birch bark over there if you want to get it. Now, there used to be a moose spawn here. They did move it. But I can remember, a while back where sometimes you go over this hill and there'd be a moose standing right here, and a lot of times he would see you and get you. Now, there's two ways you can go. Here, let me pull out my bow and arrow so I can point things out to you. So you can go past that little part of the plain right there and walk up that hill to get to the cabin. Or you can walk this way, and if you walk this way, it'll take you to part of the lake where you can pick up cattails and some loot before you get to the cabin. We're going to just go this way, though. But I'll show you. You might be able to see it, actually. We'll go up here. I'll show you real quick. Yeah. Okay, so you can actually see a little bit of the water right there. So you just follow it through here, and then it'll take you out to the lake, which is called Crystal Lake. But we're going to go this way because it's just a little bit quicker at this point in time. The moose used to spawn in this area a while back. They moved it recently with the wildlife refresh. So right up here is the only cabin in the whole region. Right here it's called Mountaineer's Hut. We're not going to go inside because, like in most of these videos, I'm not going to give interior spoilers. But we're going to go to the edge here, and I'm going to point something out to you. You can just see it better from this point of view. So if you're standing right here, and if you look up right there, you can actually see the crashed plane. It's just the fuselage right there, actually. You can see it right up top of the mountain. That is the Timberwolf Mountain summit area. There's a couple ways to get there, but one general main way you can go, and it's probably the most direct, is, and if you're watching my other videos, I actually take you how to get there from here to the summit. We're not going to do that today, but we're going to walk in the general direction of it, and I'll show you around. So if you come up here, you come up to a main area. There's parts of the plane here. There's loot and some wildlife that you need to watch out for. So it looks to me like there's a wolf right there. Now, here, let me show you quickly the map also. Wait a minute, I don't have it. Oh, somehow I didn't load it up. That's alright, we don't really need it. I'll show you around it. Basically, the region is like kind of a circle. And in the middle of the circle, there's pathways to get from one place to the other. But it's generally a big circle for the most part. Right now we're kind of traveling. You can go up that way. There's not much up there. It just kind of loops around, comes back down again. This goes down to the lake that we were just at. So if you go this way, which is one of the ways to get to the summit, there's some interesting things to see down here, and I'll tell you about it once we get a little bit farther down. There's a good amount of deer. There's a good amount of rabbits here. There's, of course, plenty of wolves. You don't have to worry about that. There's also cougar spawn, bear spawns, and moose spawns here. There's loot locations scattered about the region. The best way to, navigate this place is just to keep walking. And if you notice, it's not really that difficult. I had just, that's the center part of the region right over there. And I'm just kind of traveling the outskirts of it. Now, there's a couple things down here that I want to point out to you. Most people, if you play this game, know what I'm talking about, but this is mostly intended for newer players. Let me just get a little bit farther down so I can get a better view of everything and show you. I call this area, this is a big danger zone area down here. There's possibility of all kinds of creatures down here. Now, you see timberwolves here, right? Timberwolves right over there. Now, it could either be timberwolves or black wolves, but unfortunately, it's timberwolves for me today. So up over, if you go up and down here and up on that hill up there, there's some various kinds of little things. Loot up there is a corpse and some saplings and things. Straight ahead over there is a cave, and up over there is where the cougar spawns. Up in this area right up here. So if you have cougars enabled in your run, there's where you'll probably find them, right up there. Now, over here to the left is a bear travels. There's a bear cave right over that hill over there. There's a bear cave. He kind of travels down here. But mostly lately he's been going down that way instead of coming over here. He used to come over here a lot more. Now, there's a moose spawn here. Right up here, I'll show you too as we go up. So for the new players out there, this is one of the metal cargo containers I was telling you about. You need a hacksaw to get in here. You cannot open it any other way. You have to have a hacksaw. Now, if you see this, also for new players too, this indicates a moose area. So these are moose rubbings. When they're in rut, they'll usually rub the trees. Excuse me. So it's very possible that the moose could be up here. Now, just because you see markings doesn't necessarily mean the moose is there. It just means that he will spawn in that run eventually, randomly. But if he does spawn, he will spawn in this area. This is one of the areas designated for him to spawn in. Now, if he's up here, he could still attack me in Pilgrim, so, but I don't see him. He would be right here. If he spawned, he would be right in this area. But I got lucky. He's not here right now. Okay, so going up this tree bridge is the, I don't know, I guess you want to call it the northeastern part of the map, I guess. Something like that. Up in the upper right corner of the map. This is also a way to get to the summit. This is, you know, this is how you would go to get there. One of the ways, anyway. You can go, there's underground caves that travel from one location to the next in this region, and you can go in one of the underground caves and end up in a different part of the map. I also have a video series of my caches, my prepper caches, up this hill up there. So what you would do is you follow this path, and where that fallen tree is right there, go up to the right, and the bunker is right up there. But we're not going to go there today. I'm just showing you the direction. If you really want to see where it is, you can see my other video that I put. I actually did a whole series on every bunker right now, currently in the game. They've gone through some changes, and right now the videos that I did are current. They could change it at any time, but I don't think they will for a while. So we're going to speed up a little bit here, because this is just, again, we're traveling the outskirts of the map. Up over in this area is an area called Three-Way Cave. It doesn't really have a name, it just says cave. But a lot of people that play this game for a while, we kind of developed a name called Three-Way Cave because there's 3 entrances and exits to it. It's kind of like a, you know, kind of like a triangle with every point has an exit to it. So we call it Three-Way Cave. So up here is a rope climb, and up this rope climb takes you to a place called Deer Clearing. Deer Clearing is a big area. It's got a cave there. It's got another cave there that transitions to Ash Canyon, which is one of the maps we'll cover eventually in this series. Like I said, my goal in this series is to attempt to try to get them all in for you. It's a pretty big endeavor. Now, right now, there's so many regions. The game first started, there was only 1, and there was 2, and there was 3. You know, now there's, what, 13 or 14? Something like that. Maybe even 15 now with the newer ones coming up. Okay, so let's get up this rope. Okay, so the area we're entering right now is called Deer Clearing, and there is really a couple options when you go. Well, first of all, let's just go around it, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So right up here, to the right is this cave takes you to Ash Canyon. This is one of the 2 ways. There's 2 ways to get to Ash Canyon from this region. The other way is, if you remember just a few minutes ago, we went over that tree bridge. Under that tree bridge is a place called Echo Ravine. Now, Echo Ravine will take you to the other part of Ash Canyon. This will take you to a different section. And right over there is another cave. It's just a regular cave. So, now right up here is pretty much kind of like a, I don't know, one-way direction to... Again, this is how you would go to get to the summit. Now we're probably not going to go that way. We're probably going to walk down that way. I want to show you through the other direction, the three-way cave and all that. So we're going to actually, maybe what we'll do is we actually go there. This way doesn't really take you anywhere, except if you keep following it down and to the left, it'll take you eventually to a rope climb. Now that rope climb will take you to the very upper part and on your way to the summit. Like I said, I do have another video that does all that. Today, we're just covering more of the ground levels and how to get from place to place. So there's a lot of other things to cover right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead over this way. And I'm going to go back. I think let me see if there's a way to go down over here. If I go down to that area, maybe I can get there quicker to the three-way cave area. So, yeah, so like I said, just be careful of this area because... as you can see, there's a wolf that hangs over here. Sometimes there might be one over there, but I haven't seen one over there in a while. But I think I remember there being one. There's now there's sometimes one at the bottom of that rope climb. The one we just took to get up here. I'm gonna just look over here real quick. I want to see if what's over here. Maybe I can get to where I want to go from over here. Yeah, okay, so here's the rope climb on the other end. This takes you to the three-way cave area. But I don't think I can go down here. I might hurt myself. I just want to look real quick. Maybe I can, maybe I can't. I don't think I can, actually. Yeah. I'll probably do like down those 3 ledges down there, but it's a little bit tricky down over there. Yeah, let's give it a shot. I think we'll be okay. I think we can make that. That ledge is a little bit farther away than it looked when I first went here. Let's try it. Ooh, I might get lucky here. Nice. Nice, nice. Alright. We should be able to go down this slope, no problem. Great. Okay, nice. Okay, so down here we'll take you to the three-way cave I was telling you about. Which will actually be good because then I could take me down to near Echo Ravine where I could show you that other area. Okay, see that just says cave, but this is what we know as three-way cave. Well, it hasn't been called that in a while, but like back in the old days, I'm talking, 7, 8 years ago. It's kind of what was going around Twitch and all that and everything. But yes, 1, 2, 3 ways to get in and out of here. This will take you back to that pathway. This will take you where we just came from. Down here will take you to a little airplane part. And also will take you to Echo Ravine area. Okay, there is a rope climb here. This will just take you to just another part there, the deer clearing. There's so many ways to get around here. This is one of the underground caves I was telling you about. If you go in here, it'll take you to a different part of the region. I believe this cave, if you go, let me refresh my memory. If you go in this cave, this one will take you to that plateau that's above the mountaineer's hut, the cabin that I showed you at the beginning. If you look across from it, there's a little plateau up there, and this cave will take you to that plateau. Now I remember now. But we're going to go down here because I want to show you down this area. Now there's definitely probably always going to be a wolf down here. Of course today there isn't. But there's another container. There's a couple of those airplane containers down here. So usually where you see plane parts, you might want to check for, for containers. There's really nothing here except this is just basically a dead end for the most part. But down here is where I want to show you. This is called Echo Ravine. Actually, I should be like drinking coffee to keep my... I don't kill all my fatigue here, so I can continue showing this region. Okay, so down here, yeah, see it popped up on the screen. It's called Echo Ravine. Down here will take you to the other area in Ash Canyon. So there's two ways to get to Ash Canyon from this region. You can only access Ash Canyon from Timberwolf Mountain. Blackrock also connects with Timberwolf Mountain, but it also connects with Pleasant Valley through a couple transition zones. But down here, I'll just run a little bit. Oh, wait a minute. We passed a cave right back there called Chasm Cave. If you ever get, like, a task or I think in story mode... No, not story mode. There used to be a challenge or something that used to take you to Chasm Cave. I'm trying to remember now. I think it was the one of the in-game challenges that talks about the Archivist. That's right. You have to get buffer memories, and I think that's one of the places you have to go get one. So if it comes here and tells you Chasm Cave, it's right down there on the left. We walked right by it. I was talking, but let me show you this area right down here. Now, if we go straight right here, this will take you directly to Ash Canyon, which we'll cover, like I said, we'll cover eventually, but not today, obviously, but that's how you get there. If we're going to go up this way, we'll take you by the bear spawn. Well, I told you about that danger area where we went through and we encountered the Timberwolves. Right up here is where that bear spawns. I will walk by the bear cave. Up here, there's two locations called Echo Peak. You have Echo Peak East and Echo Peak West, and both of them, one is accessed, one is over there, and one is over here. And you access them through one of them. The entrance is over here, and one of them the entrance is over by the bear cave over there. Now, I believe if you're doing the Faithful Cartographer achievement, you will need to go there to mark off the locations, and that's pretty much how you get there. It's right up there. That path right there takes you up there. The other one you can't see from here, but it's actually on the far left over there, far right over there, past this bear cave. So over there is that danger zone where the Timberwolves are that we went through. We kind of took like a horseshoe. We kind of did like a horseshoe around. This is the bear cave over here. He's not here today, unless he's down there. But up there is, if you go right there, there's a path that goes up, and then this will take you to the other Echo Peak. I think this is Echo Peak East or West, and that's East, I believe. I'm pretty sure. If not, it's the other way around. Okay, so over this hill right here is the lake and the cabin where we started before. And I'm going to take you up to another little area that's up here, up by the river, up the river area. Now, remember I talked to you about that other rope climb, the cave that takes you to that plateau. The plateau that I'm talking about is right there, actually. There's a plateau right there that that cave comes out on. There isn't really too much up there. There's, well, there's things up there, but it's not like a direct route. But where I'm taking you will take you to the same spot eventually. So like this whole thing will depending on how you go. You could the upper level down or the lower level up. This place is just a big circle for the most part. with the lake in the middle of the circle. And there's Mr. Bear. Yeah, he wasn't in his cave because he was over here. What you doing, buddy? You should run away from me. Yeah. Good boy. Good boy. So yeah, that there's a bear spawn. There's a bear spawn up the river, which we're gonna go to. And like I said, this is Crystal Lake. I'm gonna tell you a little story actually while we're here. Shouldn't take too long. There's an achievement in this game. Well, it's not an achievement. It's a way to earn a feat badge, and it's really, gee whiz. Just interrupted me. What a pest. Go away. Anyway, there's a feat badge that you can earn in this game called Fire Master. And what you need to do is you need to build 1,000 fires. And one day I was really close. I was like, I was maybe, 300 or 400 away from getting the badge. Well, one day I came and I started to run a pilgrim run, and this whole lake was full of fires. I just kept lighting fire after fire after fire. There was a big ring of fires right here like this, and I got my achievement that day right on this very lake right here. So many memories. Okay, so right over there is that's the entrance is right over there. Remember I told you that's that little part of the stream you can get to the lake from over there. But we're going to go up this river up here. There's some things to show you up here. So just so you know, some of the things I'm able to do right now is because I'm running the command console. I have unlimited stamina and stuff, so I can, I can show you the region without getting tired and all that. So just want to put that out there. I did use the command console on some of the things so I can do some of these videos to make them a lot easier for me to do for you. Okay, so up here this is a really cool area up here. It's kind of, how can I explain it? It's kind of wildernessy. There's only a couple of caves up here. There's the other cave up here to get the black rock is up here. You have to go up a rope climb to get there, which we might not do actually, because it just, there's nothing really up there except that cave. But now over in this area, you need to watch out for it because there is another bear spawn up here. That bear that you saw down there came from that other cave. There's a bear cave up here too as well. There's some, maybe we'll take a quick walk up over here. There's, if I remember correctly, there's a cave over here as well. But now this way, if you keep following this way, this will take you down to the landing gear. When we first entered the region, if you follow it down there, it will take you back to the landing gear area. Just kind of follow it down and around. And if I remember correctly, is it down here or is it up there? And I'm trying to remember because I always get confused right in this one spot because it kind of looks the same. But I think it's, yeah, I think it's actually down here, if I'm not mistaken. There is a good chance, a very good chance you'll meet at least, well, of course, if you're playing on a higher difficulty, you'll 4 or 5 wolves at least maybe here. And again, possibly a bear. There is a moose spawn up here as well. The moose will spawn up here by this waterfall. Right by this rope climb. The moose could spawn up here. So up that rope climb is the way to get to the Black Rock Cave. Okay. Let's go over this way a smidgen. Excuse me. So the bear, see, the bear's coming home, right? So the bear cave, I believe, is right over here. See what I mean about, like, it just kind of, there's not, how can I say this? I'm not going to say there's not a lot here, because there is a lot here, but it's not like, you know, it's not like, there's a cave right here, it's just a normal cave. It's not like there's, like, big, huge areas or anything like that here, because it's more or less these little meandering paths that you just kind of go in and around. Now, we are near that plateau that I was telling you about. There's another rope climb there. Now, that rope climb doesn't have a rope, so we can't go up it, but that, I believe, is the one we came down to get here. So this is that other plateau that I was telling you, and there's, now, as you can tell, like, there's, it's just, kind of a big open area, and you kind of just, the only place you have really to stay is the few caves that are around and the hut, you know what I'm saying? So here's the bear cave, right here. Okay. You can always tell a bear cave by the bones that are in front. Now, there's just much here. If you look at it, well, up here, I'll show you. There's a few containers up here. Is it here or is it over there? No, I don't think it's up here. I think it's actually over there. There they are. I usually don't play Interloper, and these containers are usually not there, but... Yeah, there's always a wolf that's protecting these containers, so remember, when you come up here, you better be prepared, because this region has, and the thing about this region is the wolves are very sneaky. They're really very sneaky. Now, right up there is actually the summit. You actually get a closer look at the plane right here. And if you look at one of my videos from, once you're up there, you can goat down. You don't have to go, when you got your inventory full of loot and you're really heavy, you don't need to go all the way down those rope climbs and all that. You just kind of can go right down this slope right here. Actually, you can see it right there. From here, there's a slope, and you just kind of go right down the slope, and you'll end up right over there, and then you come back around again. Okay, so, I mean, that's really pretty much it. I mean, this region doesn't have, it's not very big, okay? It's not like Pleasant Valley or anything like that, but, and most of the places, oops, that hurt. Most of the places that, are here are just either caves or, you know, general areas where hunting and stuff. Now, but I will tell you, this area is great for hunting. There's a lot of deer here, bear, and there's moose. There's the cougar, and also there's fishing hut here. So the place does have a lot to offer. Wouldn't say it's the best spawn location though. There's no bedroll. Well, lower difficulties you can get a bedroll, but on Interloper there's no bedroll spawns here. So if you want to go to the summit, there's ways to summit without a bedroll. People have done it, But I haven't yet to be successful at it. I always seem to not be able to make it up that last rope. It depends on the loot I get and everything, but yeah. So we're going to go up here. We're going to end the episode over here, and we'll move on to another region again. I sprained Asher's ankle going down that little hill. Usually I kind of rushed it. If you take your time, that won't happen. I kind of rushed it a little bit, but it's okay. Astrid will be fine. Astrid's a beast. Okay, so thank you again for watching. Appreciate it. If you like this video, please like, subscribe, and hit that bell if you want to be notified of any future videos. I'm going to be moving on to which region am I going to go on to next? I have to see what was next, what came in date-wise. Or maybe I'll just do something. I'm not sure. Maybe since I'm already here, I might do something that's close by. I'll have to see what's going on. Anyway, until then, we'll talk to you later. Thank you again, and goodbye.